So we're on the sea ice, most northern point in America.
That's hard.
Snow blocks. Yeah, you can cut some serious snow blocks out of this. Dig a snow cave in here, a few feet tall. If you had to get a quick, immediate action, get out of the wind, get out of the weather, first find a windbreak, and then maybe dig into something like this. We're going to see if we can get out of the wind right here. Oh yeah. That's amazing. Polar bear tracks right back there. Polar bear tracks like this big. We're going to do the bow drill. Like, why should I do the bow drill? Well, I just want to try it. Right now we're at negative 12 Fahrenheit, negative 27 Celsius. So we got out of the wind. This is like night and day right here. The wind chill is brutal right now. It's probably around 15 miles an hour. So that drops the temperature significantly. Probably somewhere around negative 30, negative 40. I'm already frosting up. I already got the frosted tips going. So what we're going to do, we got out of this wind right here. It's actually nice. And on a survival perspective, being right next to the wind wall, that's the immediate thing that you're going to do. It's blowing outside, you hit the ground. First thing that you need to do is be prepared for the weather and with some clothing. If you're not prepared with some clothing, then your chance of survivability is going to go down quick. But the first thing that you need to do is get out of the elements, your personal protection, out of the wind. The wind is going to zap your heat away so quick, it's crazy. So, first thing that you're going to do in the Arctic is start a fire. No, you're not going to start a fire in the Arctic. That is a nicety. And if it's down to negative 30, negative 40, then after that, your fire isn't going to do much for you. You have to be so close to that fire. It has to be so big to even do a difference. And you need to open up your layers to even allow that heat in. You need to unzip your jacket. Otherwise, your layers are not only insulating you from the cold, but from the heat as well. So you need to get out of that exposure. I can't stress that enough. Always keep your extremities covered, like your hands, if you're going to be touching a knife, something cold. I kept this in my layers a bit. It's not down to the temperature of outside. We have a piece of cedar, we have a piece of yucca, we have some sagebrush bark, and we have our bow. Now I'm going to try and protect myself, protect my knee. You need to see we're right on the ice here. Help me understand why I'm doing this. Help me. So I'm going to make a first initial divot, just like I do in all my other videos. So I can get an initial burn in. And then we'll cut our notch after that. I have a piece of bone. So I'm looking at the smoke right here. I can tell just slightly the wind is coming around the outside of this and eddying back into this opening of where we're at. So it's blowing the smoke away that way. So I'm going to turn around. Once I get my notch cut, I'm going to turn around, and so it's not blowing all my powder apart. I forgot how much I do not like bone as a handhold. You get a lot of friction with it. You can see it's burning up top. A piece of pitchwood, or fat wood as some people call it, works a lot better as a natural lubricant. And then stop, warm up for a little bit if you're a little cold. Once you start to get cold, you're going to get cold even quicker. Once your hands start to get cold, it's tough to warm your hands up after that for a long period of time. Okay, I need to stop, move around, walk a little bit, because you're cutting off circulation in your toes as you're crouched over. We have a good dude here as a polar bear lookout that's helping me out. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do, put my tinder bundle under here, so I'm not going to deal with picking the coal up and then transferring it into my bundle with all this wind here. So I'm going to try and just let all that build up right here. I prepared this a little bit more so I'm getting less friction as I'm going in the top. First attempt, first is build up the heat. Build up the heat. We need to heat up this whole set to anywhere in between 400 and 800 degrees depending on the species of wood. So I'm just going to go slow. You want to build up the notch full of powder first as well too. You don't need to be pressing hard at this stage. If you push too hard, that's too much friction. You might be making the wrong powder, which would mean crumbly little rolls that look like pencil eraser shavings. That's about the maximum size that you want. Now I'm getting more friction on top. I can feel it with my handhold. And it's really a tough thing. Makes it a lot more difficult to move this bow back and forth. We try and go just a little bit more. Oh, a lot of friction on top and in the hole. The sides of the spindle are touching. Let's see if that's going. Second almost went all the way through. The sides of my spindle right here are touching, making a bunch of friction. Let's make sure that what happened last time isn't going to happen. And shave these sides down just slightly. Oh! Can I go all the way through? We might be going in there. Yeah, it's going. Let's let it build for a minute. I'm shielding it from the wind because there's so much wind out here. There's enough oxygen flowing into it. I don't want it to blow apart. Yep. Let me get another tinder bundle ready. I'm going to try and fold this in and around it before it blows apart. Or blows somewhere. That's going to be the hard part here. Maybe I can just let the wind do the work inside here. Bow drill in the Arctic. No more wood to burn it with, but we did it. This polar bear track, it's actually pretty fresh. So I'd say it's time to get out of here. Let's go, keep surviving.